interesting summer for you. Talk about the transition and being here at Auburn.
Yeah, of course. So I kind of got here right when everyone got here, so I kind of helped out meeting people and kind of getting acclimated with Coach Russell's staff. But it's been an awesome experience so far. There's obviously been some things I need to get used to, but you know, the coaches have been really supportive. The players have kind of taken me with open arms, so it's kind of made it a pretty seamless transition from UMass.
Obviously, your goal was to do what you've done and be with the first team. How have you been able to accomplish that?
Just a lot of hard work. You know, Coach Grimes preaches, you know, consistency, and that's something that kind of having obviously better competition on a daily basis is something that I had to improve on and, you know, kind of learn all the techniques and all that. But it's been great, and you know, I said the O-line's a great group of guys, and they've kind of helped me out when I haven't understood stuff, so it's kind of they've done a good job helping me out.
Talked to guys like Mike and Marquell, and they talked about you this summer, all those extra sessions, going out doing those things. How important was that for you to be around those veteran guys in this offense and take those times to learn to get prepared for camp?
Yeah, those sessions were really helpful because kind of coming from an offense that was a different type. Dude, I said there was kind of there was a little learning curve to get used to, but they've done a great job. And Coach Lindsay and Coach Malzahn always were open if I had questions, or same with Coach Grimes, and our GA coach kids did a great job. You know, watching a lot of film on last year and a few years ago's team, kind of making sure that when camp started there wasn't really a drop off, and you know, you're not trying to learn the offense then, you kind of just got to go play and not deal with all the mental part of it.
What's it like going up against Marlon Davidson and Nick Coe on a daily basis?
You know, it's one of those things, it's obviously a challenge, but it gets you a lot better, and I can already tell that I've become a better player, and I hope I'm, you know, making them better player as well. It's fun, you know, that's kind of, as a competitor, that's the kind of stuff you like, is getting to play the best every day and kind of seeing how good you really are.
What's the biggest adjustment from a fall camp at UMass versus a fall camp at Auburn?
The heat. Yeah, I mean, that's definitely was a big part of it, but kind of what I just said is it's the competition every day in and day out. UMass, we had a bunch of great players, but probably not as many as we have here. So kind of having to bring your A game every day was something that, you know, I got used to, and I said it's fun. But you know, I kind of back to what I said at first. The heat really was a big part of it. I mean, it hit 128 on the field out here. Up in Massachusetts, if it hit above 90, they'd cancel practice. Not really, but.
Obviously, the last 2 years at UMass, you went up against a handful of SEC teams. How much do you think that experience helped you as soon as you got here?
Yeah, I think that was kind of something that gave me confidence coming in. Is my first start as a redshirt freshman was in the swamp. So that's kind of something that I understand that, you know, everyone puts their pants on one leg at a time. So it's really, you just gotta, as I kind of alluded to earlier, you gotta bring your A game every day. And I do think that experience helps me. I kind of knew what to expect a little bit more, and I wasn't going into it with kind of a blind eye, just playing kind of some lower level teams. And even outside the teams we play in the SEC, we played Boston College, who had a couple draft picks on that defense, and that really helped me out and kind of gave me confidence that, hey, I can play at a place like Auburn.
Talk about your decision to come to Auburn. Why in particular did you choose here?
Auburn really felt like home, to be honest. I never had spent any time in the South. I mean, I've been to Florida a few times. I said we play games, but as you guys know, you're really not spending time in those types of places. It's really just staying in a hotel and playing. And I came down here, I really loved it. I loved Coach Malzahn. I really thought I had to kind of hit it off with Coach Russell. And just the kids, I had an opportunity to kind of spend time with a bunch of the kids on the team, and it was a group of guys that I think that I could see myself surrounded by, and that could make me a successful player and a friend too, because that's another important part too, is, you know, not just a social aspect, but how you fit in. You know, you have to have a social life. You don't just want to be here back and sit in your dorm room. And there are a bunch of guys who reminded me a lot of my friends at UMass, which kind of made me a little more comfortable.
How strange is it that you're joining this group and not only a new guy, but you're the most experienced guy of that group? And obviously it goes with being a grad transfer, but that you really are the most experienced player, even though you've not played on this team just yet.
Yeah, it's definitely kind of an interesting thing, but I feel that, you know, guys like Mike and Marquell, they carry themselves like they've been, you know, starters for 4 years, and they kind of have that pedigree and confidence. But it's just, even if I can help out the young kids in preparation, stuff like that for some games, because I mean, it's, you know, getting ready for a game is a big deal, especially a team like Washington. Week 1 is, you know, I said my first start was against Florida, so it's one of those things where I kind of know what it takes to kind of mentally lock in for a game and also physically prepare, and things like sleep, nutrition, how important that really is for game day.
When you watch Tega on the other side, what stands out about him to you?
He's a great athlete. He's a really, really good athlete, and he's someone who, I always watch and kind of try to take some things from his game too, because I think he does it. He's got really long arms too, so he can kind of get people off him in the run game. And he's a good technician as well, and so I think he's a great overall player and someone that I can kind of try to take things from his game.
What's been the biggest surprise just being down here in the South, eating, going out, meeting other people? What's been different for you?
Biggest difference. Definitely the food, I would say, is kind of a little different. A lot more fried food than up north, but I'm not complaining. Yeah, people are also, I've been shocked, they're really friendly. I'm kind of from an area outside New York City a little bit, and if any of you guys have ever been there, it's straight down, head down, point A to point B, and here people will stop you, just strike up a conversation. If you're even wearing an Auburn shirt, and the hospitality's been awesome down here.
Any new food you've discovered that you really like?
I like I've never tried catfish till I got here. It's pretty good.
J.B. Grimes, your coach, was saying that what's really giving you the edge right now over Austin is you're stronger than him. Would you think that's your strength as an offensive lineman? Take me through what you think you got to work on and what you think is your strongest points.
I think I'm a pretty good athlete, and I think I am a pretty strong guy. Kind of, Coach Russell really helped me improve that area this summer. One thing I think I need to work on is I'm trying to be more of a technician. I think, and that's another kind of reason that was a deciding factor of coming here, was Coach Grimes is known to be one of the best technical coaches in the country, and that was an area I really wanted to improve on in my game, and to take that next step up and be a great player. So I'm really trying to work on the technical aspect of it and kind of footwork, hands, because that's so important when you're going against a good player. Is even just a bad hands can cost you a rep or cost you a sack or a TFL. So that's really what I've been trying to work on in camp, and really I kind of go out there each day with one little thing I want to improve on, and I think that's a good mindset where if you can just one thing a day, then you can kind of come along quickly than just trying to cover a million things in one day.
Do you think you're ready for, Washington and then facing SEC team after SEC team? I mean, you've done it before, every now and again, not week after week. Do you think you're ready?
Yeah, I'm confident. I think the coaches are going to put me in a good position to succeed, and I think they've already done a good job of kind of, as I said, is when you're going against a front seven like we have, there's not going to be many fronts better than them in the country, so kind of getting to work with them day in and day out is something that's made me more confident, kind of going to that week-to-week grind.
Good.